Good morning, my friends. Welcome. Monday morning. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I'm going to start making some travel journals. I have maybe four to make, I think, to start anyway. This kit I'm using is called Woodland Path. It's from Took. I'm going to do this as my design team project for her. And that means if you decide to shop her coffee page or her website, if you use my code BCDT15, you'll receive 15% off your purchases. And I hope you check her stuff out. There's so much to see, and she has just created the most beautiful bags. Oh, they're just stunning. And if I could have one of each, oh yeah. But, you know, anyway, she has beautiful digital kits. She has lots of handmade items, and hopefully you'll check her out. All right, so this is Woodland Path. I've already folded the pages, just trying to gauge. It's not going to be a normal sized travel journal. I think they are like 8 1/4 by 4 1/4 or something. It's going to be the full width because I want lots of space for pictures and writing. And yeah, so I didn't back these ones because I'm going to be doing other things with them. So here's the first. So the deal with her kits are, and it's just genius. She has front pages and then she has back pages so that you can print them back to back, which is so much fun. So there's that one. And then this one. This is so sweet. Just the butterflies, and there's squirrels, birds, flowers. They're just lovely. Animated nature. That is so awesome. And so this would be considered one of the back pages, I believe, because it's a lighter tone. So nice. And mushrooms, of course. Love the mushrooms. It is a huge kit. So, and there's this one. Look at the owl. He's just so cute. Hopefully I'm not off the screen. And there's lighter hues with the flowers, all the different flowers. Love the background. And this beautiful one, the mushroom and the birds, and the eggs, dragonfly, butterfly. And this is the ephemera bits. So these are journal cards. And these ones you can fold down the center after you cut out, and they can become a little booklet. You just toss that into a pocket. I think there's 10 pages of these. And then these journal cards, they're individual, so you can back them with brown paper, scrapbook paper, whatever you want, just to have a place to write on if you wanted. These are fun. The corner tucks pockets. So fun. I just love that look. And these are the big pockets, and there's some little labels on there. The same with this one. So nice. And if you don't want to have them with the these edges, you know, for making deeper or wider pockets, you can cut them off, the gussets. So look at those mushrooms. Aren't they fabulous? And these, the big tags, so nice. And sometimes I like to keep them together and make like a triple fold out, which is nice too. And then the backs of them you can cover with construction paper or whatever kind of paper you want to use. And then there's the medium and small tags. I'm going a little quick, I apologize, but you can check them out on her coffee page as well. And so there's library cards, embellishments, and then she has some faux washi tape. That is such a fun piece right there. Excuse me. And then there's some postcards, which I really like. So those are awesome. All right, so what I thought I would do today, we'll do the cover, and then I'll go and put the pages together, and then I'll come back and just show you. But I'll show you the assortment. Here is, I don't know if I showed these last two. I don't think so. Oops. They were kind of sitting there. And there's that one. Okay. I have an assortment here just of, this was packaging, torn packaging, and this was just some paper that I was using. I have some coffee dyed paper, and I have these, and these are from a composition book. If you remember on one of my other videos, I could not for the life of me remember the name, but they're from my composition notebook. And then I just have some lined paper, and I'll probably add in a couple book pages and whatever. So all right, so here's our cover. I just took a bunch of fabrics and thought we could do this. This is Amazon packaging, and I just made a couple holes because I want to have it Midori style, but I will be sewing these signatures together because I don't want the pages to be flapping around. So this is just a piece of 65-pound cardstock. I marked it off, I made my holes, and I glued it on. And the only thing I have to do is I will, even that out after I add the fabric to it. All right, so let's just do this. And because it's travel, I have a little piece of this left. It's just all these names of places on here, and it's just a fun piece of fabric. And of course you saw my denim. I just kind of laid it out to to see if I liked it or not, and yeah, it looks all right. So I'm just going to start adding glue. You can sew it, you don't have to sew, but if you don't, just make sure that edges of your fabric are not sitting on your creases for your spine, otherwise it will come up all the time. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to be sewing this one, but I'm going to make sure I add glue to my corners, just in case I don't. And this is almost empty, so it's really oozing. But I'm going to just put this right along here. Put too much glue on that side, not enough glue on this side. But I'll just fix that. I didn't iron my fabric. I've never ironed fabric before. I don't know if you do. I do know some people do. And you know, that's fine. That's your thing. You just do it and have fun. I have this big piece of denim. I don't know if I want to add the whole entire thing here. I really like it, but I might make it actually just a little smaller. There we go. Oops, tossed the wrong one away. Just cut off that. So this is like, it's just laid back crafting, you know. I'm just grabbing my stuff and I'm just gonna use it. But maybe, what should I do here? Let me just do this. We'll do it from the back to the front, I'm thinking, because I already have glue sitting here and I don't want it to dry. So might as well just carry on what I'm doing here. This is the Eiffel Tower. That's better. And I'm not using my finger tool. The fabric's not very thin, so I'm thinking it should be okie dokie. No, I want that on the front. Just kind of lay it out. Oops. And then this bit of loveliness. And that'll go right over my spine piece. And I remembered to put the holes in there so that I knew where the holes were when I go to put them on the other side. So, and I will use eyelets to reinforce the holes as well. Otherwise, I don't want it to tear. So, there we go. Oop. Yeah, I just want it to go right there. Just move that piece. Oh, I guess that one's stuck down. Oh well, yeah, whatever. So of course it looks like nothing like I had first, you know, when I just first laid it out, and that's okay. I don't mind. Once in a while, if I lay things out and I want to make sure that I do it the exact same way, I'll take a picture of it just so that I can remember. But, you know, sometimes it just doesn't work that way, and I don't mind. Glue threads everywhere, of course. And I know I haven't glued down the denim yet. That's all right. So I kind of all over it, but that's okay. I don't mind. It's just supposed to be something relaxing to do and just have fun. Have you made travel journals before? How do you do them? Do you use paper? I mean, I got my wallpaper. Wallpaper can be used, you know, anything like that. I love this flower, but I really wanted it to be seen on the front as well. So I'm going to add it right there. Love the color. Oops, come on. I'm not going to add glue to the fringe at that's sticking out, because the glue will just ooze out anyway. So I'll just leave it the way it is. There we go. Looks all right so far. Well, I don't know what I want that there now, because I have it full length at the back. So let me grab a piece of it. Oh yeah, why not? Let's do it. That's okay for now. I'll just leave it, and then I will add some more glue to it as I need it. What do I want to do? Well, I can't put it there because it's not all the way over the thing there. So I just have a little strip of this. This is what takes the time, just getting your cover together, unless of course you're doing a one page of something. And I think just for a different color, I'm going to add that right there. There we go. Has a part of a compass on there, so I thought that would be kind of cute to add on there. There we go. Well, let me cut it. Try and tear it. Ugh, there we go. That just for fun can go there. But this is a huge, it just seems like a huge empty space. So I have some of this butterfly trim, but I would like to put, it doesn't have to be a full piece. I'm just going to add a little piece here. Yeah, I like to tear bits, and I'm just going to add it right there. And if I do end up sewing it, I will show you that as well. I'm not going to put it right to the edge because I am going to trim, and so I don't want to add that. So I have a couple pieces of that. I have a couple pieces of this. I just have my scrap bag. So let's see. Try to stay in the same color patterns, but yeah, I don't have a lot. So, oh, that's interesting. Put some little ducks on there. I don't know about that. Let's see what this is. Some flowers. Oh, this is pretty. This is very thin fabric. There we go. Lots of threads in this stuff. There we go. So I wonder, that'll be a lot of that color, wouldn't it? But it's really pretty. And then I'll have that flower right there. So let me trim it to just beside it. And it's over, oh yeah, it's over there enough. So let's add some glue. I'll glue the edges once I get it down. Okay, I'm just going to use my finger tool and get it all flattened out so it doesn't seep through. There we go. There we are. So you can see the paper in behind it from the brown paper. I'm okay with that. I mean, I can always go and add something else in there later if that's what I'd like to do. So I have this tiny little bit of fabric here. It's got some bees on it, but I'm going to add it right there. Why not? It's quite an eclectic travel journal, and that's okay. Yep, it's got that sweet little bee on there, and I'm just going to add it right there. Glue on my finger, see if I can glue that down. So there we go. Oh, ooh, stuck under there. Just squeezed all that. That's all right. So there is the cover, and that's what it'll look like. These are going to come in as pockets because this is really wide, isn't it? And so having the fabric there, once I trim it, these will get folded, and I already made my lines of how far in I wanted it. And then so that'll come in like that. This will come in like this. I will glue them down, and I still haven't decided if I'm going to sew. And then there is the cover. All right, so I'm going to go and gather up the papers, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I was able to do. Okay? Okay, so this is as far as I got. I did decide to sew around it, and then I sewed the pockets closed, and you know, with big pockets they're always flappy, so I did sew down the center, excuse all the glue on me, so that they were tighter pockets and I could slip in some journal cards or something, or I said they're great spots for receipts if you go shopping. I did put the papers together. I just folded them. I decided I'm not going to sew them because I may down the line, but I would like to be able to remove pages and stencil on them so I can have a flat surface. And so these are the pages, and they're the same, probably not in the same order in each signature, but keep smiling. And then I just have my coffee dyed paper in here, and then this was just an off from the printer, I guess. And then I have an old newsprint in this one, some lined paper that I just folded up, and they're going to become little pockets. And then that's my center. So there's 12 pages in each, and I think that's a really nice size, and they should fit in here nice. And it's a little taller, but that's how I wanted it. So I have these, I have these little eyelets, so I thought I would just turn the camera back on and we could do this together and put the signatures in, and then I have all the ephemera to cut out. I had this thread in my sewing machine, but it's too thick. It was really complaining when I was using it, so I took it back out, and I will put in new thread when and if I'm ready to sew again. So I'm going to try and get the holes back in here with the material on there, with the fabrics. So I didn't do that off camera. I thought I would just bring you along just to show you. Sometimes this machine is very easy, but sometimes it just aggravates me. So I'm just going to make the hole, and it actually behaved. So there we go. And if it's a little off, like, I'm really okay with it, because this one is going to be for me. So, whoa, it'll be all right. So I'm going to try and squish that in. And then with this little thing, push it all the way forward, and then it's your piece there. So if I have it on the right setting, because it's a tiny thing that I have, I never know which one to use. And this one, it's 2. So I'm going to use the tiny one because these are small. And if it's not right, well, then I'll just change it and I'll redo it. Right? That's all I can do. Or just use my handheld one. Right? Whatever's easiest for the hand. And I think this one might be easier. It's less cumbersome anyway. If you know, I can say that. Oh yeah, that worked out beautifully. Didn't crack. Like the first time I had used these little guys, they cracked and they were really sharp. But it's because I didn't have the little end in there. So I'm just gonna do this. So for you, it was like not hardly any time at all that I came back, but it was quite a bit of time for me. And that's because it takes me a while. If you struggle with your hands, you know, if you have stuff like that go on, you know exactly what I mean. So there's those 2 eyelets in there. They look really nice. And I have some stretchy cord as well, because I can't see the holes on this fabric. Let's try the other guy first. I'm just going to poke it through there and see where it is. There's lots of fabric in my way. And we'll do the same to the other one. But just take your time with this. I mean, there's really no big hurry. Now I can see my holes. Get the threads out of the way. There we go. That's better. Good. And then the last one. Oh, that one went in nicely. Okay, let's get that one pinched together. There we go. So there, I evened up the sides. I just did a little trimming, and then I made the pockets deeper because otherwise it'd have been huge. And so there, I know the threads, but yeah, I'll cut them off. I'll cut them off in time. And so my string I had here, but I have such a mess happening. Oh my goodness. Brenda. Oh, here, my goodness, right beside me. So here I have an abundance of different threads. So I know I don't want to use the sparkly ones. And then I was trying to find a proper color that would look nice, but I'm thinking this color right here, this one's actually a bit deeper, so I'm going to use that one. I'm definitely not a pro in doing this stuff, so I'm going to, oops, come on. They like to catch on the little edges. So I'm just going to take a bunch off because I need 2. And the idea, if I do them twice, no, I won't like that. I'm going to put it through here and put it through on here. and then I'm going to cut it. I want to make sure I have enough to tie it, but then also have room to tighten it if I need to. So just like that. So I'm going to get another row of it. I'm just going to flip it around. Works every time. And then they don't get caught. So there we go. Get that out of the way. All right, here we go. So I'm going to come up through the outside. I just want to show you my process, you know, in case you're wondering what to do, how to do it, and maybe others have a different way that they do it. I don't know. I just know I want them both to have their own strip. So, in a good way that I like to do it, I'll open to the middle. I'm just going to lay it down in here, and this will help me gauge the tightness, and it'll probably loosen up over time. I mean, you are going to be taking pages in and out, so I want them tight enough to hold but not tight enough to tear. So I think that's good, and I'm going to do it in a bow. Just like that. And then there's one, and I just did my holes a little above where the top and bottom are, and that gives them enough room. All right, so let's do the other one. I just think it's a really nice color too. It'll contrast really nicely with the cover. And then there's that. And same thing. Oops. I'll lay this one in. And if you do it other ways, please let me know in the comments. We can all learn from each other, which I just think is wonderful. So there we go. Of course, it's not straight, but it'll be straight once I get the pages proper. There we go. So tight enough, and then I'm just going to put it in a bow. And then this way, if it's too tight, you can redo it. Oops. Oh my goodness. Redo. So there we go. You need three hands almost. 2 to do the bow, 1 to hold the center. I'm just gonna grab it, I hope. Yeah, I did it. Yeesh. And then there's the second one. And there is the journal. So I like it. And it's nice, and the pages are in there. If you find that you do this and they're out too far, just trim if you want. And so there we go. There is my first Midori style travel journal. And they're in there nicely. Like, they're nice and tight. So I might do a dangle of sorts and tie it on. I finally picked up some of these beading needles. I'll show you. So I'm hoping, I picked them up off of Amazon, and if you want to have a look at them, if you've been trying to find them, I'll leave a link. I'm in Canada, so I thought there was only a couple in here, but there's quite a few, and they're all different sizes. But this tiny, thin, very thin, but if I can open it, this is where my struggle comes in with little things. But there's a huge opening. Oh my goodness, glue somewhere on here. And there, so if you see that, the two sides Let me grab the white paper underneath here. So there, it's got a huge opening for you to put your thread, and so thin that your beads will just slide on it. I'm really excited to try it. I've not used them yet. I just received them, so I'm looking forward to it. And what I did, one of them I took out and I just did a little tiny pull on it so that it'll be easy for me to reopen. Anyway, so I thought I'd show you that. I'm gonna have some fun with those. And I just have them sitting there. And so there we go. So this is the beginning of my first travel journal. I have 3 more to do, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, so I have all of this ephemera to cut up. So it's going to be a work in progress. My second one will be with probably just scrapbook paper and just papers I have around the house, or around my room, not the house, to decorate and make pockets and stuff like that. But because I wanted to do my project for Took, it was a perfect kit to use. All right, so there's the information again if you'd like it. All right, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all so much. Take care, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.